Hello Ninjas, this is Larry Kendall, author of Ninja Selling. And this is your Ninja Action Tip for the week. You know, I'm often asked what books I'm reading, and one of my favorite books is this book by Simon Sinek called The Infinite Game. Simon talks about two types of games. One is the finite game, which is there's typically a fixed time frame. There's known players. Typically the game ends when somebody wins. And sports would be an example of a finite game. Then he talks about the infinite game. The infinite game goes on longer. In fact, it could go on for infinity. And the goal of the players in that game is to continue the game. A good example in real estate is this. Real estate transactions are a finite game. There's a start, usually at the time of contract. There's an end, usually at the closing table. And there are known players. There's the buyer, the seller, the realtors, the appraiser, the inspector, the lender, and so on. And they're all working together in this finite game called the real estate transaction. But you know, within the finite game, there's a bigger game called the infinite game. And that's the relationships. You see, a ninja has an infinite game mentality. Yes, this transaction is very important. We're going to start and complete this transaction, but along the way, this transaction is just a part of a much bigger game called my relationship with my client. And it's the relationship that is the most important. You see, that is uniquely ninja. Our industry tends to focus only on the transaction. Based on a study that was done, a consumer study, what percentage of real estate agents follow up with their customer after closing? Well, what we know is 74% do not. 20% followed up about once a year, and only 6% followed up on a consistent basis about once a month. Only 6% were playing the infinite game. We're caring about the relationship. Those are the ninjas. That is your role. You're playing the infinite game. You'll do lots of finite games along the way, lots of transactions, but our business is built on relationships. Most people want more than a transaction. They want a relationship. Your relationships are your most valuable asset. So here's your action tip for the week. Do something today to reach out to someone, to build your relationship, and reach out to that someone who's not involved with you in a real estate transaction. Don't focus just on your transactions, focus on your relationships. Who could you call today and reach out to and make their day and build that relationship? Thanks for joining us.